Next, we're going to continue with the living area. First, what we're doing is checking the light switch, whether it's been linked to that main lamp here in the room. Then continue with the board here, make sure that there's no dust on it, that it has been cleaned properly. We'll continue with the sideboard over here, check it on dust, whether it has been cleaned. Here as well, this is movable in all the rooms, so make sure that there's no dust being left behind. Furthermore, we do have here the TV guide, make sure that's on actual date. An instruction on how to use the remote control should be placed on top of the TV guide with the remote control on it. Next thing we do, we switch on the TV. It should be always entirely switched off, not on standby, but entirely switched off. Switch it on, get it on channel 1. And make sure that the sound is switched off. It's really important for the room instructors to know that they're not solely pressing the mute button, but turning down the volume to 0. This for the reason as for most of the rooms, the TVs will not keep it in memory, meaning that if you switch off the TV and on again, you will have the sound again, which we don't want. Therefore, always level down to 0. We switch it entirely off again and continue with the minibar. The minibar contains the following items in all the rooms. There's 2 beers, 2 Coca-Colas, 2 waters, 1 orange juice, 1 white wine, and 2 Berenberger, 2 Smirnoff, 2 Jenever, and 2 whiskies. Whereas as well 1 Toblerone should be leggable up front, placed onto the top shelf of the minibar. We're going to continue with the left area here. We do have another item out of the minibar, which is chips. Another kind of chips, whereas here it is really important to check if the cap has been placed underneath the tin. As well to be found in here, not in the refrigerator, of course, a bottle of red wine. Then assortment of different glasses. We do have juice glass and others where it is really important to check that they don't have any fingerprints nor dust or else on it. What else we do have is a safe in here. It has to be made sure that this one is open, not locked, and has an instruction on how to use the safe. Further, what we're going to check is on dust, whether the shelves are all clean, as well as a minibar list has to be supplied in each room, which is supposed to be placed in there as well. We continue with the desk area, starting with the questionnaires. There's supposed to be 2 questionnaires, an English one and a Dutch one, placed in such a way that the open side is not facing the guest once he's entering the room, therefore to be placed like that, so that the guest can actually read it, what's written up front, but not have a look in the open side. We continue with the cups. There are always 2 sources, 2 spoons, make sure that they're clean. 2 clean spoons and 2 cups being placed in the room, whereas here it is really important on how to place them. Actually, you make sure that the closed side of one cup is facing the guest again, and the other one having with the ear into the other cup and put on the sources. Then we continue with the other items we're supplying for coffee and tea. We do have 2 espressos, 2 cappuccinos, 4 creamers, 4 sugars, 4 sweeteners, and 3 different kinds of teas in every room. Then what we do have here is the water cooker. We have to make sure that first of all the cable is turned towards the back, that it is unplugged, and that the water cooker is dry from the inside. We check it whether it has been dried by the room instructors. Then what we're going to continue with is the light. It has to be working as well. Very important, as for all the lamps in the rooms, is that the seam, right, is placed away from the guests. It's never supposed to be here or there facing the guests. It's always supposed to be turned away. Else, what we do have here is the information folder. For this is very important that it's supposed to be about 2 fingers away from the edge of the table. The information up front here is quite depending on seasonality, whereas what is always supplied is a map of Leeuwarden, an A to Z guide, 2 envelopes and 4 pieces of blank paper. We continue with the area in checking it on whether it has been cleaned or whether there are any residuals of cleaning agents. Check whether the chair is placed like that in such an angle to the table. As well, the bin supposed to be looking like that, with the back folded neatly over the edge, as for all the bins we have here, and supposed to be entirely empty. No paper, bubble gum or whatsoever is supposed to be in there. We continue with checking the top of either mirror or picture which we have here, and continue with the area over here.